welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So today we are going to do something very new to us as far as presentation goes. We want to show you a couple of ways of how we load our pipes. We've had a lot of questions about, hey guys, how do you load your pipes and what works the best for you? So we're going to show you 4 different ways that we load our pipes.
Yep.
There's the gravity method, which is the method that I started off with, that I was taught almost 40 years ago. And I taught you guys that, and I still use it today. There's also a Peterson way of loading a pipe, which we're going to show you.
Yep.
And then there's also I saw a YouTube video a couple of weeks ago from James Fox, which is a tobacconist out of Dublin, Ireland. And we're going to show that method. And then Nathan, you've got a method also that you want to share.
Yeah. One that I learned from looking at how the best way to pack flake tobaccos is not broken flake or ribbon cut tobaccos, but the tobaccos that come in flake cut thin sheets of tobacco. And I was just searching it on Google one day trying to figure out how to pack it, and I came across another method that was universally accepted on how to pack that, which I call, because I don't know if it has an actual name, but I call it the plug and pack method.
Cool. All right, so we're going to start with the gravity method.
Cool. Take it away, Ian.
So this, guys, is the gravity method. Mainly the reason I prefer it and like to use it the most is because it's what I first got taught. It's the simplest, and if you're not trying to put in too much effort, it's right to the point. So mainly, whole point of it is just get your tobacco. This one's ribbon cut. You just get it, grab a good couple of fingerfuls, and then drop it in, let gravity do the work, kind of work a little bit of it in, that way you're not wasting too much of it. Just pack a pretty good amount. I feel like when it's close to touching the top, it's a relatively good point because it's still loose. Then you pack it in a little tighter, and then you got some room for some more. Same idea. This time go a little bit more firm with the packing. And then if you've got enough room, this is a fairly small bowl, but if you've got enough room to keep on going, it's pretty much step by step, rinse and repeat. But I've got room for about one more. I'll top it off. Grab a tamp to finish it off. It looks like I got some excess. I went a little bit overboard, but that's okay. You just sweep it off and get right back to it. And then you should be ready to go. So some good key points to follow whenever you're doing this one. If you're not sure how much force to put on whenever you're packing the bowl, kind of think of it as reference to how you would, shake a child's hand, put a small amount of force, just push it in lightly, and then you know how you'd shake maybe a woman's hand or a lady's hand. You put a little bit more force, but you're not squeezing or anything, about medium. And then last one, kind of shake it firmly like you would a man's hand. Just pack it in there, do it real nice and firm. And then after that, you should be good to go.
Okay, so the next method we want to show you is the Peterson way of loading a pipe. And actually this was formulated to load those standard pipes.
Yeah, the system standard ones. So basically designed to basically pack against any of the Petersons that have a drop valve into
I believe
it,
so,
they have a dip valve into it.
Yeah.
Colton, do you mind showing us that?
Absolutely. All right, so next up, as we mentioned, would be the Peterson, way to pack it. This right here is a system standard Peterson peelet pipe. And the people over at Peterson, they actually thought of this method of packing it with this pipe in mind. It'll work for everything. I find, though, that if you use it for, something like a corn cob or something like that, really anything, be very careful the way that you're packing it because you might get a little bit tight towards the where the bit is, and it could cause an airflow problem. But enough of that, let's talk about it. It's really, really similar to the gravity method. So you'll do the way that Ian said and just kind of go ahead and load it up all the way to the top, just let gravity kind of do its thing. Now, whenever you actually pack the first one, though, the same way, you'll still do it kind of not as aggressively as what you would do the other groupings. You're going to press towards the air hole in that whenever you pack it. We'll do that. Okay? So that way you'll have kind of like a nice little slant towards the actual air hole. I don't know if you can see that, but that's kind of what I'm going for. And then after that, what you'll do is just kind of fill in the gaps the same way as the gravity-fed way. You'll pack it in a little bit tighter the next time. And if there's room, you will put on another grouping. Now remember, whenever you do the second 2 groupings, you have to make sure that you pack it flat. They're not all going to go towards the air hole, just that first one initially, and then you'll pack it up even after that. And then once you're good to go with all that, it looks pretty, everybody approves, take your lighter. You were smoking a pipe at that point.
All right, I'm going to share with you the method that I saw on the video, the James Fox video. And this is kind of unique. I've never really seen anything like this before. But it works. It's really cool. It's really awesome. So I'm going to share this with you. All right, so this method is the one that I saw in the James Fox video. And that video was shot probably in the late 90s. I'm sure that this method has been around for quite a while, but I never knew about it. I've been smoking for 37 years, and this is something new to me. So what you do is you take, this is a ribbon cut, you take the bulk of your tobacco and you put it in the palm of your hand just like this, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take your pipe and you're going to go on top of it, and in a circular motion, you're going to keep turning, keep moving, until there's quite a bit of tobacco in the pipe. I didn't think it would work. It actually does. Watch this. So I'm going to take it here, and I'm just going to start moving the tobacco right into the pipe. And I do this over a mat, or I do it over a bowl so that I don't lose any of my tobacco. All right, so as you can see, there's quite a bit of tobacco right there in the bowl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly press it down, okay? And if you can feel right here, if it's too bulky, too tight, you'll want to try it again. But if there's some give to it, then you're doing it just fine, okay? And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these smaller pieces that I have right here, and we're going to load the rest of it on the top and give it kind of a little stronger push. You want to check your draw, and the draw on this is perfect. So once you do that, you want to do your charring light. And then you're going to want to tamp it to kind of get a nice charcoal layer there, like an oven it creates. Then give it your second light. And now sit back and enjoy it.
And finally, we have the way that I found. Like I said, this is a method basically designed around flake tobaccos, coin tobaccos, anything that comes in kind of a hard to pack way, or something that you have to actually rub out to be able to smoke properly. It doesn't work for cakes, but it works for all other flake, coin, or ribbon tobaccos. And let me show you how that one works, guys. All right, fellas, so this was a method I came across when I was Google searching how to pack this kind of tobacco right here. This is a flake tobacco. They mostly come in thin strips, sometimes a little longer than this. They'll come in about that size or somewhere along this size. They're really thin, pressed tobacco cut into very thin strips. Just trying to figure out how to pack this type of tobacco explicitly, aside from rubbing it out and then throwing it in your pipe like normal. Pretty much what you do, and this is what I call a plug and pack method, is you layer up your tobacco in the strips that you want. I'm going to be demonstrating it with just standard regular pipe. It's just a Bulldog London-made briarwood pipe. You get your tobacco in the thin strips the way you want it. You kind of stack them against each other and make a little bit of a circular shape with them. You're going to get your two fingers out, and this only works with just the flake way. We also can do it with the ribbon tobacco as well. You get your 2 fingers right there, which is about the width of tobacco. And the reason you're wanting to do this is you're wanting to split it right in the middle and continue to break it apart and make just that wad, a plug to pack into your pipe. Thus the name plug and pack. So you get it in there, you push it in your pipe, and it's going to feel firm, guys. I promise you. It's going to feel like you're packing this pipe tighter than you've ever packed it before. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you check the draw when you do it. And I have plenty of airflow going through the pipe. The way of doing this is basically designed as, since the tobacco is already packed in cake form and then cut out in ribbons for you, you don't have to do the progressive 3-step program to be able to make it have a good airflow all the way through the pipe. It's already packed, it's already ready to go. Just put it in the plug, pack it in your pipe. Now, you can do this with the ribbon cut as well. Basically, it's a similar way, but you kind of want to do it kind of like how Dad showed us with the 3-spiral way. Or, sorry, not the 3-spiral, but the spiral way. You're basically kind of making a wad out of the tobacco. But you want to get it wadded up in your hand, kind of like you're going to rub it out. And then you pack just this nice little ball in a similar way into your pipe. And you do the same thing. You just pack it right in there, right on top of your pipe. It's ready to go. You just want to check your draw on it. Plenty of airflow. And then you put a little bit on top just to help it get started. You want to do that on both of them. You're going to have a little short ends or some little rough end tobacco on top of them just to make sure that the lighting process is easy. But once you get everything in there and packed up straight, it should be good to go, guys. This is just an easier, quicker method to pack your pipes. Just grab some tobacco, pinch it up, stuff it in your pipe, light up.
All right, so that's the 4 ways that we know how to pack pipes. We know that there's a whole bunch of other ways that other people do it. And actually, if you've got a way that's interesting, we'd love for you to share it with us.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, get down underneath the video there on the comments and let us know how you pack a pipe. For me, the way that I taught you guys, 90% of the time is still the way I pack a pipe.
Same.
Now this circular motion one, I'm starting to do more and more as I get better at it and start experimenting, and I kind of like it. I mean, it keeps. I don't have to do any relights. It burns all the way down to the bottom of the bowl, so I it's becoming a pretty standard way for me to do it.
Yeah, my method, the way with the plug and pack with the flake tobacco, when it comes in as a flake, if I ever get a tobacco that's just a flake, the only way I pack it is that way. I'll rub out 1 or 2 strips just so I have some short end tobaccos to put on top to help light. But that's the only time I use that method really. For ribbon cuts, I mostly use the gravity fill.
I still am a user of the gravity fed for just all the time. I mean, usually when I'm smoking my pipe, I'm on my way home from work, or I'm out on the patio and there's a really good movie going on in the other room, so I got to get it in there, and I want to smoke my pipe and then go back in there.
Yeah.
So, but I have used the spiral once or twice. I've tried the Peterson a few times with my personal Peterson, and I mean, they all work. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion, how you're packing your pipe, as long as you're enjoying the pipe. I mean, it's all good.
Yeah, that's the
really
bottom
the
line.
key.
The bottom line is that whatever way works for you is the best way. So, all right. Well, thanks, guys, for coming. I really had a good time with you guys being here this week.
Yeah,
that's great.
Next week, we've got a tobacco to do,
Goworth and Hogarth.
Goworth and Hogarth. I'm not going to kind of tell you what it is, but we're going to do one of their blends.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of Lakeland flavor to it, but not much. So it's gonna be real interesting. All right. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to share?
Just continue to send us your comments. We really enjoy reading a lot of y'all's comments or some of your direct emails. That stuff really helps us out. Helps us know that the content that we're putting out there to show you guys is really beneficial to the community, and we're hoping to keep bringing it to you guys. So just continue to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and maybe we can get the whole world into a community.
And you know what? One more thing. I just wanted to say thank you guys. I haven't really been watching the videos too much. I come in and I shoot them. But the other day I got home and I looked at the videos, and like within a couple hours of it being uploaded, there's that same day, just the amount of views that we're at.
Yeah.
Now, how quick. Thank you guys very much. It's
Yeah.
super awesome.
It's
I
awesome.
appreciate it. So that's really cool to see that. Just see that kind of stuff. So thank you again.
Yeah. And happy Mother's Day.
Happy
to
Mother's
any
Day.
mothers out
Right,
there.
Right.
Happy
Yeah.
Mothers.
That's right. It is.
If any of y'all are watching or are over your husband's shoulder watching, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yes, very important.
Yep. Stay safe.
Yes.
Make sure that you're taking care of you and your family and your loved ones. And don't forget,
Make all your piping moments count.
thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next time.
There you guys.
Guys.